Hi there, and welcome to kidney beans. Very similar to beans, this module also has 9 beans on it, but they are kidney beans instead of regular beans, meaning that they're all shades of red. They're tinted red, maroon, and a dark red, respectively. This is the red. Here's the maroon, slightly darker, and the dark red, which is fairly dark in comparison to the red ones. Much like all the other bean modules, we have to eat 3 valid beans and no more. If we eat an incorrect bean, we'll cause a strike. If we eat more, it will strike us. If there are no valid beans present, the module will not strike us for eating a different one. Unlike the other bean modules, there's no unhygienic rule, so feel free to eat whichever ones you can find here. The process for finding whether a bean is valid or not here is a little different. We have to look at the beans row and column. Let's take this dark red one, for example. We read the row from left to right and the column from top to bottom. Start with a score of 0. If the first bean of the row, meaning this row, if the dark red matches the dark red of the first column, so if the first row matches the first column, which it is because it's itself, then you add a point. Then you continue. Does the second bean of the row match the second bean of the column? No. Does the third bean of the row match the third bean of the... sorry, I'm doing this backwards. Does the second bean of the column match the second bean of the row? And the third bean of the column match the third bean of the row? In this case, no. This bean only has 1 point, so we can't select it. Move on to the next bean. This is a dark red. So does this dark red of the column match the dark red of the row? Yes, it does. That's 1 point. Does this red match the dark red? No. Does this red match the maroon? No. So this bean also has just 1 point. Does this maroon match dark red? No. However, these dark red does match, the second and second, and then the maroon matches. So here's our first bean we can eat. And notice that it disappears. Now, another rule comes into play. Or, if the first bean of the row matches, or if either of them is eaten, we can add 1 to the score. So for those beans that didn't match before, now one of them is eaten, so it automatically adds 1 to the score. So if we go back to the beans that only had 1 point, now we can eat them. And the module solves, the kidney bean turns on. The last and final rule is that we can't eat beans that are just red, because they're suspicious and really not good to eat. Let's continue and solve some more kidney beans modules. Maroon, maroon, no, 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 no. This is not good. This is 1 point right now. Dark red, red. Red, dark red, red, red. This is only 1 point. We can't eat this. Maroon matches maroon, red, red, dark red, so we can eat this one. Dark red, maroon, this is already eaten and this matches, so we can also eat this one. And this one has many eaten beans and it also matches itself, so we can definitely eat the top left bean. Note that the top left bean, the center bean, and the bottom right bean will always have at least 1 point because the bean they're matching to is themselves. So if you have a bean in these categories that has a match on either, you know that you can eat it right away. In this case, neither of them have another color match, as you can see. So you'll have to look at another bean, and then once you get a point from eating a bean, then you can go back to the ones with 1 point and eat them pretty easily. This is pretty freeform, and the puzzle can change depending on what you eat, so it's important to keep track of if you're experting for it, that removing the bean will give other beans points. So this one I believe we can eat. Let me check. This matches, and this matches, so we can eat this maroon bean. Now we can eat this maroon bean because it already matches itself and now has 1 missing. We can also eat this maroon bean because it matches itself and has 1 missing. Solved. We'll do 1 more, since there's 12. Porky doesn't have a mission up for this yet. Can't eat the red. Dark red to red, no. Maroon to dark red, no. Red to red, yes. So this one has 1 point. We'll keep that in mind. Can we eat this maroon bean? Yes, we can. Dark red matches. Maroon matches itself. Red also matches, so this one has all three points for it. So we'll eat the maroon bean. Now we can eat the dark red bean up here, since this one's eaten, and it wasn't one of the ones before that give it the points. And this one, let's see if we can eat. Since there's one missing here, that would be helpful. Does this match the column row? No, it doesn't. Does this match? That's eaten, so that is a point, but this doesn't match, so we can't have the point for it. Darn. But here we have the red here, and the dark red matches itself, so we can definitely eat this bean. So, that is about all for kidney beans. It's a fun little module. Another little logic puzzle that doesn't necessarily require an expert to write down tons of information, do alphanumerics, things like that. But if you're not careful with it, it definitely can trip you up. However, once you find the first bean, the others can fall into place pretty easily. As always, thank you for watching, and hopefully this tutorial has helped you to understand kidney beans just a little bit better.